Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. It's January 24th, and I hope everyone had a wonderful weekend. Wanted to reach out today for a very specific reason. Obviously, I do like to give prior trading information as well as what's going on this week, and I'll have that video out here shortly. But wanted to just take a brief moment with you and talk to you about what's going on in the market right now. So if you take a look and you actually go back about 3 weeks, I had a previous video that talked about running your race, and I want you to continue to focus on that thought as we move through what some are going to call a very bouncy period. If you've taken a look at the markets this morning, there is, again, a continued sell-off going on. If you have not been paying attention over the last month, the market is down, and I say market, the S&P 500 that is down about 8%. Looking like it may be down another 2%. So that would mean in general, the S&P 500, which is the top 500 companies in the United States, actually spread across different industries, overall is going to be down about 10%. You go to technology, that's looking at almost 20%. These are correction territories. What correction basically means is they will see what some might call a bear market, okay? This is not cause to run, hide, put your money in cash. This is more of a time to just take a moment to understand what investments you actually have and to make sure that you are positioned the right way as we go through this, okay? So overall, the biggest thing I want to let you know is corrections are normal, and we've seen a pretty strong run up over the last couple of years, and now the Federal Reserve is looking at tightening interest rates. And they've been talking about this for a while. Again, I've put out a couple of videos over the last couple of weeks about how I'm looking at and how I have already started and already put in place protective measures. So that way, as we go through this, which I thought was going to happen, we'd be protected. And we are protected, and we are going to feel the downside, but not as much as a lot of people who have not been paying attention. And that is my call to action for any of those people out there that have not taken any action and put their head in the sand. The game has changed. There's no longer any free money out there. We are going to tighten up. We need to tighten up. And if you're in those high growth areas, you are going to feel this much harder than those people who are not. It is still important to have growth in your portfolio, and I do have it across mine, but to a degree, right? And you need to actually measure those types of things. And that's why every year I talk with all my clients about this is what is the return that we're looking at this year? What is the objectives we're trying to achieve, both short-term and long-term? And you want to make sure that you understand. So again, my call to my clients this year, and even right now, as we go through our reviews for the first, or should say fourth quarter of last year and first quarter this year, is what is it we were trying to achieve this year? We know what the returns that we're shooting for. That's why we're not measuring ourselves against the S&P 500 or the NASDAQ. We're measuring ourselves against what is it that we need to hit from A to B as quickly and safely as possible, knowing that we can't just run away from the market. We have to invest for the long term, especially with inflation coming up, okay? So I'm not going to belabor this. Again, I'm going to get into a little bit more in some other videos, but keep in mind what I've already done to have us go through this period is this. We've already reduced interest rates as far as our fixed income goes. So I've reduced the actual maturity on these. So as interest rates go up, you're not going to feel so much of that decline in bond prices. So we're already positioned well there. I've already switched from things that are higher growth areas into more value, as well as what are things that are going to do well as soon as we come out of this. Because again, we're investing, we're not trading. So financials, different areas that will do well as we come out. You're already positioned in those areas. Now we just have to wait as the market does a little bit of a correction here and make sure that we are protected. So overall, as I said, if you have questions, do not hesitate. Call me, email me, let me know what I can do to make you understand what's going on, help you get through this period. I am here for you. Do not put your head in the sand. Make sure you know what you're invested in, and make sure that you have someone you're partnering with to make sure you get through this. If you're in retirement, you got to talk with somebody. If you had $100,000 invested, it's now down to 90. How does that change your plans for this year? You got to know what's going on. So call to action. If you haven't done anything, give me a call. If you have, great. Make sure you continue to stay on top of it. We will go through this. As one of the common things that I saw here recently that really resonates with me. This too shall pass. It will pass. The economy is still doing really well. They're talking about releasing a lot of the COVID restriction. There's a lot of good that's going on. Try to keep a longer term perspective. And if you have questions, do not hesitate. I am here for you. So again, just want to make this short. I hope you have a wonderful day. Again, I'm here. Have a blessed one. Talk to you soon.